Alright, chat, welcome back. Um, we're going to continue more with the Epic 14 patch. So... Thank you for showing up and lurking, Allie. Alright, let's do the MSQ. Earlier we did the relic weapon. Okay, where do we want to go? We want to go to... Megaduda. When one door closes. Alright, one of my clerks was just here with a message for you. Students of the Beldesser request your presence shortly and at your earliest convenience. Indebted as I am to our friends, I had hoped that I too might be of service, but it's you alone that they require. If you've no pressing business, pray make your way to the Baldesian Annex at once. Ojika awaits your arrival. In the meantime, I shall continue showing Ajdaya the city, from notable landmarks to the people's lives. There is still much more for her to see. Farewell for now, my friend. I look forward to the day we set forth on another adventure together. Okay. To the Baldesian Annex. Thank you for coming on such short notice. Oh, your hood's down! I forgive us for sending for you so soon after your trials in the void, to say nothing of your grueling battle against the 12. Now then, we aren't actually the ones who require your presence, but Arenville. He stopped by recently, you see, and asked us to reach out to you on his behalf. I imagine you're as surprised as we are, given that he was supposed to be away on a long expedition. Something must have necessitated a change in his plans. All he would tell me is there's someone whom he wishes raid me. He also mentioned that he would be tending to the business at the studium. Shall we look for him there? I like that her hood's down. Alright. Oh. Maybe I should change into something a little more in theme. That'll work. Hide the glasses. We want to look dancer. Cast glamour. We just got our relic weapon, we want to show it off. Now then, where is Erenville?
Erenville!
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important. I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
You went to Tural? Then the person who you wish to introduce...
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
But it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us. This is her, the adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain she's no ordinary woman. I'm Uklamat, claimant to the throne of Tulihuela.
Tulihuela.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
I'll get to the point. I want you to come with me to my homeland.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The Rite of Succession. Taking the form of a contest, it will determine who next ascends the throne. As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning. I was searching for champions to join me when Erenville told me about you. A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her, Much more elegantly, I might add.
Now you know why. You'll come to Tural, yes?
Wait, let's all just slow down. Wuklemat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Tulihyolal is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulsha, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulsha, and one blessed with two heads besides. He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
So that is the way of it. My apologies if I was indelicate.
Hardly. I know little about your land, and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me. Now, this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valyarmanda. Tell me that doesn't pique your interest. We're going to get along, you and I. Tural has no shortage of unexplored frontiers and deadly fiends. You'll never want for excitement, I promise you.
I advise you not to put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Tuliolal and the Golden City. Just like in the letter to Grandfather.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions. So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
I like her. She's feisty. Let's talk to Rahatia. The game is afoot. Rahatia appears equal parts bewildered and excited. Of course he is. A chance to see not only Turiel but the fabled Golden City besides. This is the stuff of grand adventures, my friend. But which is not to say that you should hastily accept this invitation. Mind, there's still a great deal we do not know. So let us begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. I'm not certain what might be a suitable location for her to hunt, however. When I was at the guild earlier, I learned about a petition from researchers to the Isle of Hum. You went there not long ago and culled some unruly fauna, of course, but according to the recent reports, other ordinarily docile fauna have grown savage. It's believed that they've been unsettled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching as part of your hunt. Perhaps you might answer the petition. This isle isn't far, and we would also be helping those in need. That works for me. Just so you know, I've honed my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in Turiel. Whatever this creature is, it better be able to put a proper fight or it'll be the end before we even have a chance to get acquainted. And before we can prove ourselves capable and dependable companions... I apologize, but I must see to some preparations. Pray go on ahead to the Isle. I will join you as soon as possible. As the rest of you ready, let's head to the harbor. This being guild ship business, it should be as simple as to secure a vessel. Alright, let's head on down. So I have to take a ship, and I barely set foot on dry land. Oh well, I suppose it's for a good cause. A hunt. Come on, let's get going. Upon boarding the ship, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. In addition, you will blah 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 blah. Let's proceed.
From here, we must walk.
So much ice. It rivals even Yogg-Tural. Oh, a white bear! I wonder what it tastes like.
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
I know. I know. So this is the Isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
The great big cavern under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
He has. Kono's my second older brother, and until recently, he was a student in the city. He went on and on about technological amusements. It made me want to come here too one day. And so I did. I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
He went to the studium. Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? With such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand, that his identity might remain secret. Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's adopted like me, you see. One time, though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
Ask whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain hunting together.
The researchers should be up ahead. Let's find them and learn what we can. The researchers should be just ahead. There. The building to the northeast.
So, ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that thinks to try me. Right, let's hunt our fill.
Look! Someone's in trouble!
Yeah! Taste my axe!
These animals are usually so docile.
Oh, thank goodness you come. I take it you're the one who answered our petition. Wait, aren't you? You are. Ready. The adventure saved our star. With that, our meeting was under better circumstances. I was conducting a routine inspection of the transporter here when I suddenly found myself surrounded. You'll find more of the same across the chasm. Once docile animals grown strangely aggressive. My colleagues there can tell you more. If you'll give me just a moment, I can finish checking our equipment.
You really are famous.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
Quite an interesting contraption you've got here.
Is that our petitioner? Let's go and have a chat.
adventurer who came to answer my petition, I presume we're most fortunate to have one of your considerable skill here to aid us. A creature of unknown origins has been sighted in the island in recent days, and we believe its presence has affected the local fauna. The animals beyond the gate are the worst affected we've encountered thus far, though we dare not go back. Your task is to quell any threats you find and search for traces of the beasts responsible for all this. If you should find anything at all, we would be most grateful if you would share it with us.
I'll handle this. Hold still. Is that all? Come on, let's pick up the creature's trail. These claw marks, I've seen their like before. It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
Fine feathers scattered about the ground. There are signs of a fierce
Feathers?
struggle.
But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
You presume it's even safe to eat?
The cloying stench of fresh leavings assail your nostrils. Whatever beast left them is still likely close by.
Still fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
Do you suppose they're upset we disturbed their host?
Who knows? If they're spoiling for a fight, then hey, they've got one.
Let's head back and report what we found.
Powerful wings and razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey. Ah! What is that thing? It speaks?
It's heading towards the falls.
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
Come, Woklamat.
Right.
This furry bitch ain't even seen a parrot.
Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise, that's all.
Sure. Anyways, this is the area where we fought Volibear.
Forgive me, but I failed to see a difference.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat.
Caught me by surprise! Caught me by surprise!
Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit! Talk all you like, bird. I'm going to have the last laugh. Oh, I'm going to enjoy sinking my teeth into you. Ah, shut up already, you blasted bird!
Look out!
I've never seen such an enormous colibri.
Not good. Quickly, gather together. I've got you.
That was too close.
Steady now.
Spread out, everyone!
Who paid for that? Thank you.
Really wish
That
I
was
had a
hardly
little
a
break
tickle.
right now.
Try this. Nothing to it. We have you now, you loudmouth bastard!
Throw everything you have at it.
We killed the birdie.
And I had barely limbered up.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Only to be expected. You were pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt. But what a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Dirty tricks? Dirty tricks?
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Leave this to me! Have at you!
Krile!
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuklamut. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
May I ask what inspired this change?
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Hydaelyn. Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, it was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind again and again. That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft. As you all have adapted your methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute. And after much deliberation, I arrived at my answer. With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy. As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style. What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
Indeed. I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
Yes, there is. This letter from Tuli Yolal. It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name. Galul, someone.
Jaja. Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn Servant himself?
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this. Given how culturally diverse Tuli Yolal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one. The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If Father had written this, he would have been in Turali. And what's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with... I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
We're eating that.
With the with the wildlife pacified and the researcher safe, our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the colibri meat. For better or worse, there's really only one place we can take it from here. Shirley, the last stand. Come, let us see what Dickon can cook up for us. And off we go to the last stand. Oh, bird meat from the hunt you saved. Leave it to me. I have just the recipe. It's a new dish I recently learned from the sailors, and for you lot, it's on the house. Have as much as you like, you hear?
Come, come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together. I'd heard that Charlayan cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
According to Dickon, intensely hot dishes have become popular in Razadhan after a traveller ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice. So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Sharlayan.
It's nothing I can't handle.
Your boorish manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long time?
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
I beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing more.
I see.
All this time you were from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead. Since ancient times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long. The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
A man who is too ambitious by half. Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
After everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. I can't allow it. No matter what, I must win this contest.
I understand your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, Is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Oh, it's more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it. The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well.
Ma'am, I was considering letting a dude clone me so I could control the world. I think you have the worst possible candidate in front of you, but please do go on.
And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tulihualal? You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can. Well,
In that case, allow us to prepare a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
that's very kind of you. Oh, and one more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I took the rest of the meat?
She reminds me of my wife. Now that it's past our port or mission to assist the guild ship, I would have done so, sir, except Her Highness needed to have her royal meal. I shall come by the annex. Let's see. The coming dawn. Alright. Well, I dare say we now have a fair grasp of Wuklamat's situation. Still, you've been afforded time to consider her invitation. Why not use it on to learn more about Toriel? Numeron is bound to have some information on the continent. We're talking about mysterious land, unknown wonders here. I'm confident we'll find reports of Sterling to drive the thoughts of napping from your mind. Come, my friend, let us begin. Let us head to the archives. But I don't want learnings for nerds. The origins of the blue mage can be traced back to the esoteric practices of the Walkie tribe in the distant continent of Toriel. The tribe holds nature in the highest and seeking to cultivate spiritual connection with it. They learn to harness the power of the wildlife around them in exchange for teaching them the common tongue. Life permitted to live among them and train in their ways. Those days were some of the most grueling I remember, but they were tremendously rewarding. For instance, I had the privilege of visiting Lapis Canyon, the tribe's secret grounds. It is named after the cerulean deposit that wells up to the surface, turning the entire canyon a brilliant blue. Under a shaman's Welsh law, I finally managed to master the Walkie's art and make the animal's powers my own. As no name existed for it in the common tongue, I took the liberty of naming it Blue Magic. The reason I chose this color, as you have doubtless gleaned, is for the significance opposed to the Walkie. Cool, Blue Mage lore. I don't like how they did Blue Mage in this game. Not a fan of limited jobs. We'll see how Beastmaster goes in 7.0, but I do not like how they are currently done. Another bound book. Let's begin by comparing the geographic comparisons of the three great continents. Turiel, former stretches from the east to west, lies entirely within the northern hemisphere. It's got layers, she's the famous and be gentle and move east, the fact of launching navigation. What is the elegance, who is the power? Well, if Alligans were there, that explains why Solution 9's there, at least. Every land is given rise to unique wildlife. Contact Turtle is an exception, yet it's to introduce various species described in testimonies of sailors and adventurers. An alpaca, a wyvern, a Valgramanda, alpaca mounts, alpaca mounts. Is it impossible to clearly discuss Eurasian cuisine? I don't care about a Eurasian cuisine. There, nerd, we read. And you say you found the tidbits, the useful information scattered here and there. Yeah, I did. Come, let's continue this outside. The mammoths do not take time to chatter. The mammoth can fuck off. Now then, I'm quite keen to hear your last impressions. I couldn't help but notice that we had the very same book on cuisine. I was pleasantly surprised to find the references tutorial within. Among them, did anything in particular pique your interest? The legendary City of Gold. I suspected the mention of the City of Gold. Keturite is truly a mystery among mysteries. Here's the city's location as no one's ever seen, and yet this version does continue to persist. Countless souls have set off to search for it and never return. I can imagine it being a suitable challenge for the ritual of succession. Deeper chance of learning that defiant Toyo adventuring background. I learned about alpacas. Yes, and in addition to the service of Beast of Burden, they provide clothing for the people by the way of their lush fleece, specifically prized by mountain tribes who hold certain rare specimens sacred. I thought I heard familiar verses. It's the twins. Fancy running into you two here. Very well, have some research of your own, do you? We hope to arm ourselves with knowledge that may benefit the Garlean people. Having forged a new trade agreement with Razahan, they will next look to foster relations with other nations. This includes former imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to enhance the history, engage with different races, and engage with one another. What about you that brings you here to this day? You know, learning about a city of gold, going to El Dorado. You know, shit like that. He's composed of dissipated people of Toriel. Yes, Alphino. Welcome to the class. We've learned. We will ourselves. Contest. Is Ray the only one allowed to help Welcomet? There was no ministry such sections as her call. On the contrary, Welcomet gave us the impression that she could have several champions. I think I know how to make the most of our respite. Follow me, Alphino. We have planning to do. Alice, wait. Sorry, it would seem our plans have changed. If you'll excuse me. They never could rest on their laurels. Come, let's return to the annex. Fine.
Oh, it's just... Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story. What about you, my friend? Are you inclined to accept or refuse Wurklamat's request? Ha! I thought you might say that. With an intrepid attitude such as yours, I believe all shall be well. Be it the contest or something else, there will be many trials for you to overcome at your destination. But in the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you'll surely find a way forward. That's what adventurers do, is it not? Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenor. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think. It's enough to stir me to the core. Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another. Ah, but there's an idea. I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it. Then you need me as much as I need you. Together we'll blaze new trails in Tural.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you?
Alphino, Alisaie! What are you two doing here?
We happened to cross paths at Numenon earlier, you see, and I told them about Wuklamat. And when we fortuitously met again at the Agora just now, they expressed an interest in meeting our visitor.
Ah, you must be the twins who are sneaking after Erenville as toads.
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that!
First impressions last.
"'Tis an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphino Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alisaie."
Oh no, let's not do that. I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too?
Indeed we do. We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbors. We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliyollal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honor, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
The more the merrier, I say. And I'd be keen to learn about Eorzea and Garlemald from you as well.
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume you have no need for my continued assistance?
Nonsense! Like I told you before, you're indispensable. They're strong, aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone to guide them, to point out the dangers, and spare them grisly deaths. I can't think of anyone better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know you haven't given up on the City of Gold.
As I recall, Kryl, you were the first to state your desire to visit Tural.
Perhaps I was. Still, I can't help but worry about being away just when our order is beginning to find its feet again.
You have nothing to worry about. I haven't forgotten how you held the fort while I set off to explore Alzadal's legacy. It's only fair that I return the favor. Pray, leave the students to Ojika and me.
But, Raha...
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you? This is a rare opportunity, and I insist that you seize it.
Thank you, Raha. Thank you.
Well, looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora. There. This, my friends, is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the Loporrits. Cast your eyes west of Sharlayan, for there it lies. The site of your next great adventure, Tural.
And the credits roll. Oh, the sword's fired. Here's Alice. Oh, Kryl's so pretty. Oh, baby. The resident red-haired cat boy that a lot of people seem to simp for. Honestly, I don't see the appeal, but you do you. And there's your Stormda. What else we got? Come on. Sleeping Lane, Mapping Lane, Stinging. Where's the man? Blood, born from blood, born from brothers. Thinkered. It's the Taru. We're gonna do her quest line next. Actually, we might go do the complete Beast Tribe quest, actually, and then go do her, and then I think that finishes up the patch, except for PvP stuff. Wind higher, hell higher. Da, 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 da. Higher, roll higher. The fight sexual Xenos. May he rest in piss. I'm sure this stream is going to get hit with some kind of copyright, but the music is so worth it. Part of me wants to skip this, but I can't. I don't think I can. I can increase the speed of the text scroll, though. Can we please get out of here? Credits need to end at some point. Come on. Credits, roll faster. I appreciate everyone that worked on this game, but please, come on now. The potato is aggressive. I am an artist. I am the most ruthless thing in this arena. I'll draw the boss in a horrible Tumblr slash fake. Do 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 do. So, credit roll, the greatest thing ever. Wait, I can skip this? I hate my life. Please say that your rugged and ready knapsack may serve you on your kite now. Not part will be, but just be assured I'll know when I hear something. Till then, please take your units. Meanwhile, in Limsa Limensa,
when does the next ship set sail?
May I ask your destination?
The north and east, I've already seen. I suppose I'll head west this time.
West, you say?
meanwhile, back at where we left off.
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen.
But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways.
Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition. Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
Oh, how could I possibly be, knowing what's to come?
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Aye. This will be a mission to remember. Come, my friend. We make for Tural.
I wonder if they were hired by the brother. She did say there was a brother there. Or is the brother the one they don't want to win?
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World.
Weigh anchor now. The tide is high and dawn of a new adventure is nigh. Row forth to break horizons bond and tread the gilded path beyond. And then we wake up in Traverse Town with a duck and a dog. My partner is logged out. Unfortunate. Well, that's the main story content. I'm gonna do this real quick since I have the Gleamer outfit on a plate. Alrighty. Where does the other quests begin? There are no other blue markers here. Let's go check the Loporrits. Motherfucker to the moon. The moon. All right. Yeah. Alright. Doesn't start here, so maybe it starts where the elephants were. Whee! I'm gonna go look at the Beast Tribe quests. We need to figure out where it starts. We did that. We did that. Okay, so it starts in Ultima Thule? Okay, if it starts in Ultima Thule, we'll go to Ultima Thule. Ultima Thule. Yep, that's where we're going. It's 27, 24. Yep, here goes. I fuck up at typing sometimes. This unit hastens to indicate that the current level of juice and happiness are within optimal parameters. Any attempt to push either beyond capacity may prove disruptive in present equilibrium. Of course it would. It would be disruptive, you glorified can opener. A threat to the status quo, it may be, but the invitation of lifeblood of business and thanks to our patrons' delight, should we treat them to, say, thrilling entertainment over a cup of carrot coffee? Whatever we do needs to be truly spectacular, so good that even the Nibiru will simply stare morosely. If only I had any ideas whatsoever. The Dreaming Ways are full of ideas, can vouch for quality though. Perhaps you could pay a visit to the Hoper's Hold. It's quite the sight. Really now, I heard that they were putting up something in the hold, but I had no idea the project was such a success. I must see for myself. Interested in a trip to Beastly Burrows, Ray? I'd appreciate your opinion on any possibilities I turn up. I trust you can mind the cafe in 7000. Contact me via the Ragnarok system should there be any more soup scandals. Let's go to the Rest Burrow. So this is the new Hoper's Hold. I must say it's a significant improvement over the old crates and buckets. As for these stations that everyone's hopping to join, that one over there is a true work of art. I particularly appreciate their taste in subject matter. However, we can hardly expect half a dozen civilizations to their state aesthetic sensibilities. I shudder to imagine the pontification and gunfire that would ensue if we asked our patrons to paint a mural. Those machines remind me of N7000, right down to the ears. They would fit quite well in our current staff. And again, that would hardly be an innovative addition, would it? We already have more condensing numerical projections that we could possibly need. I suppose music is another matter of taste, though those loppers certainly seem to be having fun. Do you think the mournful dragon would enjoy being blasted with laser lights while it sings its ancient melodies? No, pity. A shop. Perhaps our patrons would enjoy a selection of knickknacks sold alongside our regular menu items, though mining those Omicron coins requires a truly exorbitant amount of processing power, and if an increased circulation led to a drop in omni token value, mother forfend. This station looks familiar. I wonder if Cooking Way has any new recipes to share, but there is quite a bit of carrots on the menu already, and 7,000 would doubtless whir and whinge about the lack of variety. Can't send a broadcast stations? Oh, I do so love a good transmitter. I wonder what sort of messages they're sending. They're speaking to the people of Aetheris to let them know they're not alone. You're listening to Hopes FM. Stay tuned for more talking in ways all day, all night, noontime. Yes. Color me intrigued. Ensuring widespread access to the receiver seems like it's hard work. Well, worth the effort indeed. We could adjust the tuning of the right communication facilities to receive the transmissions in the last drags, but it still may not provide the level of crowd-pleasing excitement we're aiming for. While each and every one of these stations is wonderful in its own right, I fear none are suitable for our goals. Perhaps Dreaming Way can dream up something special for us. Yes, my people, I am home. Oh, hey Ray, is that Jamming Way? It's been so long, I had started to think they were avoiding me. You opened a cafe out in Ultima Thule? That's 1 month, mother of a dream. And business is booming. Well, I am honored to be consulted about your upcoming event. Now we only need to work out what it is. Have you spoken to Talking Way yet? They receive letters from listeners across the stars. Surely one of them have mentioned exciting happenings on Aetheris. Wait here. I present Talking Way. It's a pleasure to see you again. I would be happy to assist in your endeavors however I can. Forgive me, but have we met before? Yes, you remember me as Counseling Way, but I've recently taken the name Talking Way in honor of my new dream. How wonderful. I look forward to working with you, Talking Way. Janeway mentioned that you are in search of rousing entertainment for your patrons, and one possibility hops to mind. If our listeners mail in the Addiction of Thavnir, hippo cart races have been drawing in quite a crowd as of late. Folks come far and wide to see those hippos hurdle, 'tis said. Hurdling hippos? Why, that does sound exciting. We could set up a race course in the necropolis to give the Last Drake's patrons a prime view of the action. A stirring contest of speed and skill and the likes of which Ultima Thule has never before seen. Surely that will pique the Niburn's interest. Any ideas on how we might approach those hippo racers, Ray? We gotta go talk to the hippos. Their leader is a friend of yours. You really know everyone. I hope we can count on you for an introduction. A hippo hustle in Ultima Thule sounds like the sort of entertainment that should be available to all. Could our radio station provide a live broadcast of the event? But of course, with the Ragnarok as a relay, we have no signal we cannot boost. I should like nothing more than to share the joy of such an experience with our listeners across Aetheris, and I certainly would be curious to attend myself. It's a long story for Purge. I trust you can convince the hippos to traverse the Sea of Stars. Hippos in space! To Thavnir, he said, we're looking for a woman named... I don't even want to try to pronounce that. Correct? Well, I can hardly wait. In fact, I can't. See you there. I swear to God, Loprid is like if you gave Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory like a shit ton of caffeine and said, build this, and he just did it. It's a long fly for either distance. Well. So you've been patting their ears for a while now and staring. Got a lot of staring going on. Radio, yeah, I've heard of it. One of my crew lugged a radio contraption all the way here from Wilshire Land. That could be who sent you a letter about the heinous hippo hustle, come to think of it. Your races are the talk of the star. We'd love to bring in that sort of excitement to Ultima Thule, though it is a wee bit of a trek from here. Ultima who? Now, them ain't never heard of. They live across the sea somewhere, I take it? As buoyant as our hippos are, we can't send them out into the wide world on their own. You need a Kala and need to race them safely, and I have too much work here at home to abandon my post. I can't thank you enough for taking an interest in our operation, though. Oh. I am truly ashamed, but I would hate to make the hippo riders disappoint their own customers in the name of entertaining us. What to do? Anyway, in talking, we're excited for this plan too. We mustn't give up just yet. I'm calling a strategy meeting to be held. Well, that post over there looks like as good as any place as any. I understand Trina's passion of her work. I feel the same about my own. Perhaps someone else might race on her behalf? No? Trina race? I heard your conversation. I want to race Trina, and I know Trina wants to race. Akala, you're the one Trina mentioned, aren't you? Never Trina works ends. When she finishes with Hippo, she teaches us the common tongue so we fit in. She teaches us heinous manners and fairness in trade. Aka, I find your language difficult, but my speaking proves Trina says so, but Trina has no time to ride hippos now. She cares about hippos and the hippo riders, her kin always. She helps us, but she forgot we can help her. Always we want to help her. I see, Trina's a great leader, but she takes every responsibility upon her. No wonder she has no time left over to race hippos. Always trying to listen to you. You must talk sense at her. Yes, I quite agree. If in her heart of hearts Trina wants to race, that's all the more reason for us to host the Hippo Hustle. Do you think you can convince her to come around? Oh, God. The plan's back on, boys. We're getting these hippos in space. You hold it right there. I know that look, but you'll find it ain't so easily persuaded. Following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Talk sense at Trina. You know how important our delivery business is. You helped us get our start, so why try to talk me out of it? Reasons. You can make deliveries later. Opportunities not. I know you live for excitement. Don't you want to explore the unknown? Of course I would. There's only so many times you can race the same course without it starting to feel like a chore. But too many folks here are relying on our service for me to go gallivanting. Doesn't your hippo deserve a change of scenery? Sorry is that happy as long as she's riding. Don't think she much notices the scenery. I'd have a lot of steering to do if she did. Akla's worried about you, you know? I told him there ain't nothing to worry about. Have I ever led you astray before? No, which makes it even more pleasant that you're insistent we let all our hard work go to waste. I recall a heartwarming lesson learned during the inaugural Hanish Hippo Hustle. That was a race for the ages, to be sure, and it was all thanks to our team here. Like I always say, you can only do so much by yourself. I do say that, don't I? And here I am acting like a Kala back when he first got here. Guess I was right that him and I ain't so different in more ways than I knew. Alright, fine. Hippo riders pull together to keep things moving in Thavnir, and you'll have your race. I had to resist the impulse to say reasons. I knew you would come through for us. Why, you had her convincing herself by the end. I did, little Lopper friend. N7000, is that you? Further, several shrill life forms have come bearing word of a Hippo Hustle to take place in the necropolis. The serving units have automatically initialized advertising protocols this year. Request a swift confirmation that those reports are accurate. They are accurate, and tell those units that I like their initiative. As for my fellow leopard life forms, I recommend tall glass carriages for each. They're sure to place additional orders. Ick. No. Ed. Interference? Testing. Please respond. Per request for managerial assistance on the customer service front. Ending transmission. Don't you terminate the transmission on me? Rude. What was that all about, I wonder? Who knows? Maybe we should go check it out. A dream worth chasing. Initiating a new call doesn't work either. I doubt that's it. Perhaps you should check in on N7000 just in case. You two will carry at least one object suitable for a light bludgeoning, do you not? I'll work out the finer details. I trust that the cafe will be intact when we arrive. Maybe. You are trusting me. Your turn is most welcome. However, one managerial life form remains conspicuously absent. Understood. This unit will initiate idling protocols until January. Here, base refreshments were already been distributed to the newcomer life forms. Such refreshing refreshments they were. Furthermore, as your sensory organs will have detected, the usual customers have vacated the premise. You will now convey additional context. Once upon a time code. So, to sum it up, we no longer need to worry about lack of patrons. In fact, the last church being empty is quite inconceivable. Right, oh, thanks for the sisters. Wasn't sure we'd make it, specifically after that experimental aetherite. Wait, where are our customers? We have one job, you buttons, brains. Elevated body temperature take the nagging life form this year recommends swift consumption of chilled liquids. As for the customers, they've temporarily ceased their consumption of fine cafe fare to prepare for the upcoming race. The Carolinians produce a transport vessel for the assistance of Stigma 4, President of the Global Citizens of Freedom Fighters, are conducting a joint test drive. Meanwhile, the Grablovs expressed a long-standing desire to float about within the missive, which were eagerly volunteered by their caretakers to serve as these. The units' theoretical algorithms are still processing. The Dragoons, too, intend to participate. Soaring through Elysion's mountains have revived their passion for flight, and they have expressed the desire to see more of Ultima Thule from above. Unexpected, but I'll take it, so long as our patrons reach happiness. That means by which they travel matters not. The unit agrees, with hopes that all patrons will be replete with joy upon their inevitable defeat by the superior Omicron vehicle. Artillery may be involved. Artillery? Artillery is no match for Akala I Dodge. This is shaping up to be a gauntlet, fierce Spartan's metal. The unit has invited the Nibiran to share their singular experience of losing to the Omicrons, but their resignation remains pending. Nevertheless, save to observe other civilizations' preparations. We'll have to hope the overall statement sweeps them up eventually. For now, we have our own preparations to attend to. On that note, the unit recalls the inventing lifeform wish to speak with Ray regarding said preparations. Reports of critical levels of static electricity indicate the likely presence of an ally at base Omicron. Now the unit must return to supervising Stigma Force production of racetrack features, engaging enthusiasm protocols. Alright. Let's go see what's going on, I guess. Just a person of Aetheris I was hoping to see. As our Omicron friends doubtless relate to you, the race is no longer a mere spectator sport. The people will be bringing their best, their civilizations have to offer, and they mean to win. Should the Arcasa then be left to defend Aetheris' honor all on their own? Nay, say, Mother put her faith in the Myrads and people of the star for a reason. Fortunately, I brought a number of moonhoppers to help prepare for the hustle. With a little bit of help, the good old vending may hear there's no reason that one can't haul you to victory. In the moment of my era, our triumph will soon be upon us. I have already taken the liberty of altering this moonhopper, dazzle your competitors. Alright. I can do you mind power reserves though? Even with my prodigal skills, there are only so many batteries I can shove into this chassis now. Hop along and tell in 7,000 to add one more entry to the roster. I'll catch up once I didn't want to go moon racing. These preparations continue in accordance with prediction that the inventing lifeform raising matters of note. I will be joining the race. You'll be joining the fray? How thrilling. Entrant registered. This unit will now provide supplementary information regarding the course. Please direct your orbs toward the geographical data display. My orbs. You mean the ones in my head or my chest? The race will begin in the Starship right directly Nostra. Once jamming way on, we'll signal the hostile competitors and proceed. Hostility competitors may proceed across right car from the west to pass to the checkpoint rings mandatory. Those rings look rather lofty. How are the hippo parts going to get through? An Ultima Thule motion is reality. You only need to believe to make your hippos fly. Did you just call me an Ultima Thule? Because I'd have to be to believe something like that. Once the Archer Tray Racers will enter the artillery zone, which extends. Wait, you were serious about the artillery? What if my Soya gets hit? Out of concern of the Curiosity smooth four-legged lifeform, Stigma 4 is presently manufacturing non-lethal cannons. Encouraging these painless projectiles will result in no more and explosive removal from the course. That still sounds pretty bad. Those who remain unblasted should continue to usher the Hexy and proceed through the base Omicron. It is merely a matter of reaching the finish line located at 3x. I win then. I feast on Titan desserts. Note, in the course with Omicron Conquest protocols, there are no restrictions on conventional mechanical, magical, or mechanical during the race. This concludes the briefing. Well, at least I packed my rainbow gala. Sorry, I should be happy to run for it no matter where she is. You brought gala? Why you do not share? Sharing is caring. We've been through this, Aqua. Your hippo's never shown it a lick of interest. You just like throwing things. Go ahead and make your preparations. I'm measuring 7,000 is understanding the firepower of those cannons. Once that's taken care of, I'll retrieve your Moonhopper and meet you at the Ragnarok. God damn it. If this is as awkward as the fucking Fall Guys event, this is gonna be bad. Yeah, let's let the games begin. Test, people of Theris, are you there? We are your hosts, Talking Way and Dreaming Way, coming to you live from the very edge of the universe. And here among the stars, the Hyper Hustle is about to begin. This contest of the ages will see competitors race across the land of barren as it is beautiful, vying in the first across the finish line. You won't want to miss the moment like this, folks. Now, let's introduce our racers. Hauled by the speedy Saria is the courier as fast as she is reliable. All the way from Thavnir, it's Turna, the Hippo Rider. Next is Gasha, the fearsome one on the track, as he is fearless as in on the battlefield, honed by the fires of Hainish Hippo Hustle. Ayakala. Let's hope that the Peacekeepers' less peaceful functions are disabled. Hailing from Callum, a team of once bitter enemies turned fast friends, the citizens of freedom. Our next entrant may look more frolicsome than furious, but past that, your peril. Supported by the ever so daring missive, it's the electrifying Grabloof X. This mean, clean speeding machine is ready to put the Alpha back in the Alphatron civilization, sell it a lethal Lambda unit victory. But look, what wisdom rides the winds of Elysion and fair peaks once forgot. The Dragon Star has joined the fray. And last but not least, a sword in darkness, a beacon of hope, the champion of Orzia, friends across the universe represent the one and only Courier of Light. What's this? A Nibiran child? Are they supposed to be there? I thought the Courier was our last participant. You made it! Did you prepare a vehicle? We can lend you a Moonhopper if you'd like. That will not be necessary. Oh? We got a Sphinx. Wait, in the name of mug swapping, my Rosaria is a good girl, but she ain't no divinity. How's a normal hippo meant to compete with that? Like I said, you and your hippo need only let your competitive spirits burn bright. There's a will, there's a way, quite literally. I suppose I'll toss some gall and hope for the best. Hippo! Racers, are you ready? Our racers have assembled at the starting line. Who will surpass the rest to emerge triumphant? On your mark, get set. Go! And they're off with the Nibiran god Rala taking the lead. We're playing Intergalactic Mario Kart here. Oh no! He's gone. Sweet mother, a juicy jolt from the missile set the Lambda unit trembling. Does this spell the end of victory? The other competitors race on. They are now entering the next area in the field of automated artillery. The citizens of freedom are going in. We have received transmission from the Peacekeepers. This is not compared to the carnage of Krellin. Yeah, you heard it here, folks. No. And the Peacekeepers is down by double cannon blast. How fortunate that the Kellians wear helmets. Arco's card is enveloped in a cloud of Gula. A ploy to distract impending hippos, perhaps, or did he fall prey to rainbow temptation? Whatever the cause, it's only made Turner's hippo cart fly a lot faster. She has overtaken the Courier of Light for a second place. To claim victory, you must overtake both Trina's Hippocart and Nibiran Rala. I have already taken the liberty of altering the Moonhopper. Dazzle your combination with a hyper hop step or press the big boost button to outstrip them with ease. Actually, why not do both? You mind power reserves though? Even with my prodigal skills, there are only so many batteries that shove into the chassis. Mash the boost button until you surpass both racers. Use boost to overtake the Hippocart. Then strike a hyper hop step. I'm gonna choose the third option. We're going in. We froze the hippo! The hippo is halted, overwhelmed by the youth. You playing my song, no doubt. And the Hurry Your Blight is taking second place. The cries of "This Ain't Over" raid from This is folks. The final stretch to Hurry Your Blight is pushed to the Moonhopper in the hair. Oh yeah, we're going, boys. We're going. Yeah, we're gonna say that the finish line, the winner of the Hyper Hustle is. The Hurrier of Light by a nose. No. We do not understand. Our chosen form was suitable, our performance flawless, yet victory was not ours to claim. It has been long since we've experienced this quickening of the pulse, this fixation. That's race where you just when you think you got it, some grinning idiot comes shooting past you, take the gold, and sometimes you get to be that grinning idiot. And that's the thrill of it. You never know if you'll go your way, you just race with all you got. That you're upset to have lost can only mean one thing. You want to win next time. That's a dream worth chasing. Trust me, I'm an expert. You do feel a yearning to race once more, a desire to triumph. Happy leaving the dust? Looks like my hopper's going to need more batteries. This is well. We will engage with the patrons of this establishment to develop a superior stratagem. Dynamics readings indicate positive effect on the local environment in accordance with Genway's apparatus. The last tricks have become an ever greater source of hope. Despite the significant expense, extensive property damage, and crushing defeat incurred, the unit rates of Hyper Hustle is worth it. And I'm even more delighted than you were glad I found something to work toward. Still, I'd be glad to resume our usual, or maybe make myself a nice carrot coffee while I'm behind the counter. You were right, I admit it. I had a great time racing, even if I didn't understand half of what was going on. But that's fun. I need to get going home to Thavner. Don't want to leave the Hippo Riders alone for too long. Let some hams-headed start getting restless. We finished packing up the broadcast equipment, so we'll be heading back to the reaming workshop ourselves. So soon, it feels so empty here in the cosmic void without you. Affirmative, but did we not have one more objective to complete before the other organic life forms depart? Objective? Oh, I nearly forgot. Talking way, inventing way, help me lift this one, two. I think the thing cheesing in the background around the dragon. This is for you, a trophy befitting the victor of the Hyper Hustle. As you can see, I was designing the image of the last dregs, the Hippo Riders, and also the Dreaming Ways. That reminds me, we brought a few commemorative gifts as well. Talking away, help me lift these. 1, 2, 3. One of the last dregs and one for Savrana. They have an Idri there too, I hear. Then I hope you let us keep you company in meal times, whether it's weather at visions, hopefully music, or simply friendly voice you need. Hope FM is here for you. So this is the radio contraption too. Has bigger ears than the other one I saw, but I'll be sure to listen to it with the crew. I was just thinking we should go get one of these. Our patrons are going to love it. Or prediction anticipation increased customer satisfaction is ambience category. Thank you, Ray. We wouldn't be here had you brought us all together. I think it's fair when I say the day will shine like a newborn star in our memories. I hope you feel the same. Just don't let it eclipse the possibility of more unforgettable days to come after. Look across the sea and the moon, past the stars, and you'll find us waiting for you. I want to put that in my house. I hope, yes. There we go. That's complete. I guess all we have left is the grand endeavors for Tatar Taru and the Island quest. Your reputation increased to ally. Through your efforts, your allies from your stars beyond have force watch for ships. Aww. Space race. Now, time to go stop at my house. Before we go put this in my house, let's show off the new emote. The Lop Hop. Oh yeah. Oh, that's fucking adorable. I love it. Alright. Let's go here. Let's go put our trophy somewhere. treasured bonds. Hey, I have wonderful news. Thanks to your tired deliveries, we are now overwhelmed with orders. Mr. Zatara's plan was a success. This is another shipment, and I don't think I've ever packed so many parcels in my life. I don't believe we met before, have we? My apologies, let me introduce my name is Hashad. Like so many heinous refugees, I left my home in Pakistan, came to the Charlene during the final days. You saved my life more than once. Sure I did. I've been working at the Tartar's boutique with Magina and Varsta a bit behind the scenes. It's rare that I have occasion to visit the storefront. An unfortunate side effect of the constant demands of all our staff, though I think we can agree that the business, the hustle and bustle is for the best. Blech. But don't you wonder what we'll do once the samples have served their purpose? Our equipment is crafted to last, which is wonderful, of course, but alas, that means our customers are not like to require replacements for some time. Therefore, if we're not constantly receiving the customers, our good fortune will eventually, Mr. Star isn't so foolish to have not anticipated such things. I'm sure she's already coming up with new and exciting products to offer our clients. Actually, I had an idea of my own for a new product, In fact, I presented it to Mr. Satar just the other day. A new uniform to outfit the academics and researchers of Charlene. Oh, now, how enterprising. And what did she say? She seemed hesitant, which I can only interpret as reluctant to hurt my feelings with explicit rejection, but then she told me to look into further draft a formal proposal for review. That's wonderful. When she said look into it further, did she mean for you to conduct some manner of market survey, or the academics or researchers? Just so, but one question, which is my petition to enter the Labyrinthos, was denied. Instead, I decided to try the studium. Secretary Roman was only too happy to schedule a meeting with an academic representative, but now that it's come down to it, I'm feeling ill with nerves. If it were on Mr. Starr's behalf, it would be different, but this is my initiative, my idea. I'd offer to accompany, but I have to mind the counter. Perhaps you could offer Madrid your support. Sure, why not? Oh, thank you. Can I come? I'd like to start thinking of supplies we'll need for our artisans once you plan is approved. Of course, very well. Into the studium we go. Make me go around like a filthy animal. building may be below the temple for these dream fields. I'm glad I have your company. I was told Clay Alpha would be meeting us here. I'm sure he will be well shortly. Hello, representatives from Sartor Boutique, I presume? Oh great, what a pleasant surprise, though. I suppose your person should be here. No shock at all, given the weirdness of your generosity. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Nita, and I am ever so obliged to you for making time to speak with us. Pay your service, and there's no need for Sir. I assure you, most of the academics are far more concerned with their research and admittedly to their detriment at times. Anyways, how may I help you today? A uniform of our acquisitive researchers, you'd say. Myself and ill-equipped to offer the authoritative opinion on the matter, so permit me to arrange some meetings with the faculty representatives. Please make yourselves comfortable in the auditorium while I go and summon a few of our blah-blah-blahs. Oh, it's a spud. The faculty of archaeology, we spend much of our time just about ancient ruins, which often ends up ruining our clothes, if you'll pardon the pun. An outfit durable enough to handle extended use would be welcome, but it would need to be lightweight and breathable as well. While deserts can be more taxing, but then again, you'd be surprised just how many relics are hidden at the bottom of lakes, and northern waters can get quite chilly. As it stands, my colleagues and I throw on any old thing for our field work. Whatever we have on our hand is suitable for the condition. Without understanding, it may need to be disposed of afterwards. Funding for research equipment and the like is precious enough as is, and we can't afford to have tons of bespoke garments for every situation, which is probably not what you were hoping to hear, I realize. No, thank you for the candor, it's true. New kit can be rather expensive, we must ensure our prices stay affordable. The ideal outfit for astronomers? I don't know how I'm going to answer that. I know less than nothing about fashion. You know, I suppose as astronomers often conduct our celestial from locals, remotes to chilly, mountaintops and the like, so something warm. The form is truly their only requirement, and I think it's safe to say this is the opposite of an untapped market niche. Faculty of medicine strict requirements for the dress and account of the hygiene release fabric servers. Ours is showing proposed empirical properties are a must, for example. Additionally, these students of nutritional sciences must usually dart about the kitchens. Well, better. What he's going to learn is there's just going to be different requirements for different fields. We require no much clothing in the faculty of archaeology, for we make all that require it here. For the professor attending first to do so, that he may better understand how necessity begins innovation. An outfit that ameliorates ether sickness without no doubt. You'd think we at the faculty of etherology would have developed such an outfit by now, but alas, our primary projects demand every moment we possess. We cannot afford to divide our resources. Well, how did it go? And you don't know, to be honest, everyone has such different preferences that I'm not sure it's even possible to satisfy them all. Fair concern, assuming that these are filled with opinionated individuals, each of their own education or academics spend much of their time engaged in field work as proposed to seminars, which further complicate situations further. In other words, we have our work cut out for us. Academics sounds just as unique as adventurers. Indeed, it was naive to assume that one type of uniform could account for the need of all academics. We had best return to the boutique. Thank you for your assistance, Mistress. And I truly thought I had a good idea. No doubt Mr. Starr knew it was a folly, but had me research her first, and then reached that conclusion on my own. She meant well, I'm sure. See how the hardships make you strong? I believe I've heard that expression before, but where? Perhaps in Thavnir comes from the teachings bestowed upon us by the old gods. Many of us took comfort in the words during the final days after we fled. Spoken. When we call upon the divinities, it is not to beg for salvation, but for guidance. As long as we live in their teachings, there is no hardship we cannot overcome. This is the core of Nash faith. This will be adversity since divination. As you say, yet until you did it, it did not occur to me to consider how that might apply to my personal struggle. Surely, in working with Mr. Satar, the boutique, I've met so many people all sorts of business, trying to accommodate their wants and needs. I fear my own heritage has become an afterthought. There is no shame in dedicating yourself to your work, and only have our limits. Compromise and sacrifice are inevitable. It may surprise you, but once I aspired to become a steward, to look back on it now feels strange that we so easily let our dreams be cast aside to circumstances where nothing would stand between me and the chosen path, and yet here I am. I know the divinities will guide us wheresoever we go, but what if we stray too far? Would I be a fool to suggest perhaps we should return to Thavnir? But Mr. Satar has done so much for us. We cannot simply leave a boutique on a moment's notice. Maybe not, but one of our family's friends. It's one thing for us to send money and well wishes, but I wonder if we could do more work there helping rebuild. We haven't been back to the village since the final days. We're already forgetting our old lives. I don't know. I just think Mr. Satar should know how we feel is all. Well, says that Mr. Satar should be stopping by soon. When I asked how she felt about Mr. Dredd, she said she needed time to consider. For my part, at least, I think consulting Mr. Satar will help put my mind at ease. Hi, well, this accounting today it's good to see you out from behind your usual shipping crates. Yeah, I thought I'd come to help Jenna with her research. We just returned from interviewing academics at the studium about that. It's just a total. Suffice to say, their requirements were all radically different. I know I said a uniform for the research, but I'm afraid I may have to deeply underestimate the feasibility of such a project. And that's perfectly alright. The important thing is to learn from what you discover. You can retain and play knowledge as you continue on your entrepreneurial journey. Right, if you have a new product, we'll find this when it's ready. In the meantime, I have some new delivery. Seeing as Ray is very conveniently standing within my line of sight. 8,000 pardons, but before you continue, I wish to speak to you about a personal matter. You have shown us incredible charity, which makes this all the more difficult to ask, but I wonder if I should return home to Thavmir. Please do not mistake this as a dissatisfaction with our arrangement. If anything, I've grown so accustomed to life in Charlene that I fear I begin to forget myself, my dreams, my faith, the person I used to be before I came here. Not only that, in spite of my regular remittances, I worry that our village struggles to rebuild after the final days while I live happily removed from a burden I have to share. It feels disingenuous to both my home and many kindnesses you continue to show us. I see, and do you both feel the same? I've been so devoted to my work that I hadn't given much thought to returning until Hishka mentioned it, but to claim that I am not worried about the village would be a lie. While I am of a similar mind, I must nevertheless remain here among other reasons. There is a project I'm resolved to complete. Well, I'd be very sorry to see any of you go, but if remaining here causes you grief, I will spare no effort to see you safely home, which is why I've decided that our next set of samples shall be delivered to Palkastan. Furthermore, I ask that those who wish to visit accompany Ray on her errand, seeing how your village fares, and no doubt the best thing for you both right now. Will help you understand your feelings, after which we proceed however you decide. Ensures your colleagues required, I'm sure you can be relied upon to dispense the perfect advice. Ma'am, I tried to get an evil cloner and started. Give everyone my regards. And it said, I'll begin preparing the samples of wounds. Allow me to assist. No matter what happens, we must finish Mr. Shitaru's necklace. Are we ready to proceed with the restoration, do you think? I dare say we have enough additional materials thanks to Ray's dedication. As for the work itself, I thought we could entrust that to the lapidating Mr. Shitaru once. I'm sure that will mean a lot to Shitaru. Olivia thinks so as well. Let's have a necklace and I should keep my hands to join the shard and scholars harbor. I remember when we first set foot upon these docks. After a long, exhausting journey from the first ways after surviving the horde beast, Mr. Shitaru was a warm beacon of light. Working the boutique has helped us to rebuild our lives, but I will never forget the feeling of powerlessness. Should I have stayed in Palkastan and tried to defend my people, was I a coward to flee? Is it a betrayal of my home and to myself to remain here? I can't stop thinking in circles. Anyways, I'm glad for this opportunity to better understand where my heart truly lies. All will be well, I'm sure, but we must be off, lest we miss our connecting flight. just gonna drop us off in the area we need to be? 'Cause that'd be great. What the fuck was that noise? That didn't sound like a flight. That sounded like something else. We're back. We're truly back in Dathomir. Was Razahan always this grand? I can't believe we lived so close yet so rarely made the trip. You remember how it was? Village duties always kept us all too busy for travel. Defending pilgrims was trying enough the storage even before the final days. I wonder how many temple roads are still traversable. If even the Razahan circles to travel to worship, our feelings and estrangement may be more common than we think. Since we come all this way, would you mind terribly if we tried to toward the city on our own? Let's plan to meet and talk a stand. I mean, I could have just teleported there, but... Pakistan. Home at last. Yes, you're home. Yes, hold on. I'm breathing income. Let's go find the elders. The Eldar. Elder, you're a vet. Ashad, how wonderful it is to see you. I have been so worried. Tell me, how's life at your lake? Are you being treated well? Oh yes, Elder. Our employer misses her is the kindness of businesswoman. In fact, she arranged for us to come here on her errand here so we might enjoy some time at home. This is very good of her indeed. I am relieved to hear that you would be looked after. You are ever regarding to our people. Thank you for seeing these children safely home. Now that what is there when you speak of? Take a look at our wares. From me, a hair. How splendid. Our steward shall put this to good use, you may be assured. If only we could repay your generosity with something even half as marvelous. Alas, our village is a little extravagance. Everything seems as it ever was. Indeed, with the support of the Radiant Host and the funds you and others have sent, we have regained much of the peace we once knew. Thanks, the sister. Still, there was something I wish to speak to you about, Elder. You're worried that your heart grows distant from Dathomir, that you have wandered too far from home. But my child, it's only right that you should wander. It's that you should grow. Your heart's connection endures, no matter where you go. You think of us fondly enough to visit us and send us the guild you can spare, do you not? Gestures, perhaps, but not true commitment. Should I not be here with all of you working to restore our village? There is no restoring our village, Ashad. Without those we lost, Pakistan will never be what it was. We must instead do what we can, become a new village with a new future ahead of us. Although the particulars of our path are not yet clear. Also, Marsh has always been a settlement of storage as well as, tasked with the protection and preservation of Dathomir sacred sites, but we have seen our road shaken, our temples defiled by beasts. The material is not always within our ability to protect. What is everlasting is our faith, the bonds between our people and the divine. Through our old teachings, we remind ourselves of life's meanings. And yet, if we were to endure our traditions, endure our generations to come, should we not strive for? But I do not wish for you to retire. An old man's nuisance. Surely there are other ways to ensure our people remain connected to their heritage of faith. Well, that's right. Yes, somewhere a new village could offer. Well, my words seem inspired you with this worldly insights. Something remarkable. And there is no need to rush. Take as much time as you need, and others make yourselves at home. The quest is complete. I'm sure there's at least one more Probably escorting at least one of them back. Oh, Sabine logged out. Okay. More precious than Gil. I thought it was the thing to answer would be so simple. I would come home, roll up my sleeves, and hope for a village the way it was, I would find fulfillment. Alas, this is not what he wanted. Basically, we might yet help our community. Exactly like the elder said, surely, surely is it giving us a unique perspective, not to mention brings extensive knowledge of the world. Yes, you were right, and I'm sure that hearing how everyone fares will give us insight as well. Now, soul and hero, never forget the hero. Sure, there are also others to whom I like to speak. Of course, we must forget to pay our respects. Don't do what you're gonna get. I'm sorry, Chad, I'm not reading all this. Come on now. Create a contribution deals from across the world. Foundation displays limitations. Although my weaker moments, I often wonder purchasing armor. Okay. Okay. That's your perspective. Let's go collect the other perspectives. That's the Chocobo Rider. Are you in here? Yep, talk to the elephant. Basically, we're helping these youngsters get their groove back. Maybe a bit short these days, but we managed nevertheless. While in happiness, walking around town no matter what. I remember that mission couldn't make it from the store when he was little, but I was concerned, time is changing, and who's to say that this cannot be another form of stewardship? Storage who supports a village from afar, I never accepted the possibility. Seems everyone's eager to help another, makes me determined never to continue, to contribute, or anything else. Shall we go? Let it all be. Let's. It'll be good to visit. Let's pursue them. Okay. Gotta take these little shits to a temple or something. No. Hey look, a quest bubble for dialogue. Let's go. I never used to give much thought to those who walked through before me. Countless pilgrims risked their lives and wear head and feet so strong as their devotion. The sacred tradition to the perilous path you walk, so it is written to our forebears must have. Okay, cool. You don't want this crocodile. Interior crocodile alligator. Hydra Chevy movie theater. And you're dead. Don't fuck with me. I have to escort two little shits. I forget, can you mount up with these people or no? Doesn't matter. Look. gonna kill you now. Alright, we've almost got all this content done. I'm home, mother and father. LB. Here, presumably making me with the spirits of the departed, neither Benjamin nor my parents survived the final days. I told them about how you saved us from them and that we're doing well. I know they will rest easier for it. May the next time we visit be to deliver glad tidings from Pakistan. Though I was relieved to find the village in a better state than I had feared, it seems that there are still issues we might help address. Finding a steady source of income, for instance, so the storage can be properly operated without overwhelming our neighbors. I was also troubled to hear about those who continue to struggle without the support of a local community. There must be some way to provide respite. Yes, indeed. The question is what? Do you have any thoughts? Never underestimate the power of a partnership. Expand your horizons. Think big again. Ask yourself, what would Tataru do? Well, Mr. Tataru has always put a great store by collaboration and partnerships. So what if Pakistan were to enter a partnership, perhaps with the boutique itself? I think you're onto something. The boutique sold wares at the village produced, for instance, that people would be reliable. For instance, that our people would have a reliable revenue stream. But what can Pakistan offer, and to whom? How about amulets and talismans or images of the deities? Something simple, created with the love of our homeland and our faith, so no one forgets or feels forgotten. I like that. Our temples were created in remembrance of our ancestors and divine teachings, but reminders need only take the form of great works. Small keepsake may be just what our scattered brethren need to reassure them so that they are still members of the community. This could be the answer that we were looking for. I can't wait to tell Mistress Tataru. Can we go home now? Rather, I can't wait for you to tell Mistress Tataru. It was your idea after all. A team effort. Let us say I certainly couldn't have come up with it without you and Ray. If your proposal is approved, Mr. Tataru will no doubt with assistance, surely, and I'm ready and willing to provide it, but what of you, Hishab? What would you do? I too will return to the boutique one day, and I will come to stay, but for now, I wish for all my power to help our village thrive. I'm relieved to hear you say so. Let us go and consult with the elders about our plan. Do I have to go talk to him too? Can I just meet you all back in Old Shirlea? For the love of fuck, please. I hear you were kind enough to escort the children to the temple again. You have my gratitude. Are you feeling any clearer for it? I think so. Madrid and I talked over. We believe we have struck upon a new way for the village might support our people. Tangible mementos of our faith, an interesting proposition. Many here would be glad to create such reminders. I expect those unable to perform strenuous labor would be a special grief for us to contribute to the prosperity of our village. To say nothing of the options these additional funds would provide. But most importantly, we would be able to help those who have chosen to live apart from us feel that much more connected to their community and their fate. I am proud of you both for discovering such an innovative way to do so. Cool. Let's go back to Old Shirlea. Turn in quest. You would likely meet Hishad and I will stay in Shirlea for the foreseeable future. Then take it with you, knowledge no matter where your journey takes you, our hearts will be there. May our sisters guide you. We'll come back again, I promise. In the meantime, we shall see our plan to fruition. I will send word once we've determined the particulars. Great, then Shirlea awaits. Please. God. Great, the necklace is back from the lapidary. He had nothing but fond memories of Zhataru and was eager to pour his everything into the restoration. The result is magnificent. The original sapphire, scented with the black pearl from the ruby sea and rose shell of Orlet, united by a length of maki leather, is a singular necklace symbolizing Zhataru's past and present. By the sisters, what a remarkable gift. However, it wants for a finishing touch. Preferably by your hand, Ray, and after hearing about your visit to Palakistan, I know just the thing. In short, we will be proposing a new line of products to help our people feel closer to their roots, yes? So in our Mr. Star roots, I would have you inscribe the symbol of Nodthal upon the back of the pendant. It would be an honor. Balls, 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 balls. I don't actually have to craft it, do I? With painstaking effort and unwavering focus, you engrave the symbol of the traders onto the Tsar's necklace. Any who behold it will surely know beyond the shadow of a doubt this is the final flourish of the product of your heroic hand. I'm sure she will adore it. Our work is officially done. I've just received word of Mrs. Tartar. She should be arriving in Scholar's Harbor soon. Let's go meet her there. Let's give her the necklace. I wasn't expecting a personal escort from docks, though I dare say I could grow accustomed to it. How was your time in Pakistan? Did you find it worthwhile? Hours. So while they do have interest in our equipment, matters of recovery are their greater concern at present. Recovery, yes, but also growth, which may lead to a lucrative opportunity for the boutique if you will permit them to suggest the new product. Both we offered handicrafts designed and produced by the people of Palkistan, authentic works representative of Hainish culture. For those of us living abroad, reminders of home would be a wonder and ease feeling, estrangement in others. Such pieces could be appreciated as beautiful works of art. Our village is up to the task. You will not be disappointed. Doubt not their conviction, Mr. Statard. Product that embodies their spiritual beauty be shared with the whole world. Why, the boutique should offer nothing less. Though we've made wonderful progress with our samples, I believe it's time for a change of pace. The handicrafts born for me, heartfelt desire to celebrate one's culture is bound to resonate with others. Given her eagerness, I presume June intends to stay and help facilitate this new venture. We feel all the that rather strongly as I recall. Mistress Tar, it would be untoward. We would like to present you with a small token of our appreciation for everything you've done for us. If I mute or pause, it's because either people in the house are being loud or the dogs are going off. Sorry about that. Not a word at all. Rest assured that I graciously accept all the offers of praise and admiration, especially ones as fine as this. And how clear, the sapphire looks remarkably like the one my... Ray, is this my mother's sapphire? Hers, so now rightfully yours. It's hers. It's really hers? Never in my life did I imagine I'd see this jewel again. It was part of my family heirloom when my mother was married. She received it from her mother. How her eyes sparkled when she spoke and one day giving it to me, I'll never forget. But when Father's business failed, we lost everything, and that was the last I saw of it. Though your heirloom did not survive in its entirety, Master Pippin managed to recover the sapphire from there. We collected parts from clients during sample deliveries and commissioned the necklace you now hold. Now that I think of it, Ray often did receive mysterious gifts on those visits, so that's what it was about. Oh, time after time I'm reminded of the fortune coin promised only a fraction of what the wealth of friendship provides. When my family lost its last skill, I became Lapidary's apprentice, and that's how I met a certain miner named Menphilia. We hit it off instantly, chatting every night. She brought in gems for appraisal, and then one day she came not with her usual haul, but with an invitation to join the Path of the 12. The rest, as they say, is history. One serendipitous meeting that led to so many others, that led to so many incredible adventures. That saw a poor little girl reunited with a priceless memento. Our teachings say that there is more ugliness than beauty in this world. To live is to suffer. But we never suffered alone, and that is more beautiful than the bonds we share with others. Indeed, it is the connections that give meaning to our lives. Connections for which I am too grateful and thus compelled to advise that we return to Agora. The counter remains unmanned, and we mustn't neglect our clients. Quite right, quite right. Back to work with a lot of us. We've got new products to plan. Ray, on behalf of the entire boutique, allow me to thank you for all you have done. I ashamed to admit that in our excitement, we're Mr. Our surprise, Vandals and I failed to prepare something for you. And that sounds like the cue for Mr. Sataru. Mwahahaha! Very soon, Ray here will no doubt embark upon another journey to the corners of the world unknown, and she... Bespoke chocobo barding, crafted with love by one Tataru Taru. Dare say the boutique will be embarking upon its own adventure in the coming days, and with the true adventures, inevitably comes tribulation. But with your compassion, resourcefulness, and reliability, I'm very confident that we shall succeed in our respective endeavors. To even higher returns of both coin and camaraderie. Oh, and don't think just because you're running off to the other side of the world that I don't intend to solicit your future involvement, Ray. You won't escape me that easily. See, all Lawfell are evil. Well, time to do the last bit of content. Contact from Mistress Shitaru. She sends word that she's presently on her way to the final group of visitors. Whoever they are, I doubt those shall find sanctuary more than satisfactory, having been so honored by the Admiral practically guarantees it. Now pray make for the western inlet with haste, with haste. From the picture, I'm gonna guess it's the young guy from Garlemald. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Ray. Oh, it's a bunch of Garleans. Forgive our intrusion, Julius prior to our reporting in for recreation. I thought best we not arrive in uniform, but these are my comrades of the First Legion. They have been laboring daily to ensure Garlean community needs are met. Tara's invitation came as a surprise to all of us, but well, do you remember how we insisted the twins take proper leave from their duties in Garlemald? They informed the Aylesbury contingent of their impending departure, of course, and apparently the news traveled fast. Specifically, the Internet and Sicard, according to Lucia, they were uncommonly allied with the insistence that our Garlean comrades need a vacation above anyone, knowing full well the relaxation to be found on your island. They wasted no time in hatching a plan to ensure the Garlean community's most indefatigable workers benefited from such pleasurable environs. Thus, we lured out Julius and his contingent. And by Amalian's airship, Sicard's swiftest vessel, and my wee little rowboat, delivered our fine guests to your lovely island. We had our reservations first, but could not be in good conscience refuse such a generous offer. So here we are, vacationing. That's the spirit. Now what would you like to do? Lounge on the beach, soak in the greenery, tour the island's landmarks? What do you think? Even from the village of this island's wilderness seems plentiful enough to get lost in. Mountains, forests, and no doubt rivers. I can think of no better place to undergo survival training. What? For all his willingness to humor, something tells me he's not a practiced vacationer. How about we pay a visit to Ray's mammoths? You can see what sort of work they get up to. You're handed some of their tasks if you choose to. Do you keep crops on this island? The art of cultivation has been passed down in my family for generations, so I'd be happy to tend the fields. I have some experience caring for animals. My mother and father were once farmhands, and I have fond memories of learning the trade. My family wants to make good business of forestry. Logging and splitting firewood, I'm your man. We Garleans are an agricultural people first and foremost. Even after we were driven north, we found arable land and nurtured fields with enough crop to spare for livestock. Once more, before Cerulean and Iron, we relied upon lumber to build our houses and to heat our hearths. Until my parents and grandparents' time, most of us lived simple lives in simple homes, not unlike you found abandoned Lapis Manalis. Is that so? I must say I hadn't anticipated such enthusiasm for agriculture, but I'm glad to hear it. It seems your island is in good hands. Shall we head for the hideaway? And allow me to lead the way. The mammoths have escorted our guests to their prospective areas of interest. Everyone seemed eager to get started. I hope they find it to be a good change of pace compared to the Garlemald of recent times. This tropical paradise offers more in the way of... Heck, I forgot about my tropical gifts. I prepared some garments for Julius and the others, but entirely forgot to present them once we arrived. We can still catch up to them, though. You'll help me deliver them, won't you? I'll give you the outfits for Julius, his quiet friend, and the strapping lad with a love of lumber. You can leave the others to me. Let's meet back here afterwards. Oh, Ray, we were just talking about you. Is it true that you built all this from nothing? As for someone who was raised in the capital and joined the military directly after graduation, I am not opposed to the same skills as others in my contingent. I find your work here truly impressive. I wasn't even sure what jobs were available on the island like this, so I've been having the ma'am explain your operation here as we tour the facilities. Garments? I thought my civilian attire was suitable for such recreational ventures, but perhaps not. Still, this is unbelievably quite far cry from hefty uniforms. We'll find somewhere to change it. Extend to Taro our thanks, will you? You're a menace. Have you and Ray been properly introduced? Aye, we had the occasion to speak a long time ago. At Victor Spoils, as I recall, that we were tailing a tiny chocobo at the time, not to mention that spider-like communicator. Never seen a more curious piece of magitech. And there I am, grave size, and it starts spouting philosophical queries at me. A tiny chocobo and a philosophical magitech? You sure you weren't dreaming? Of course I wasn't dreaming. It's not like some of us who drift off during lecture and start loudly scolding our kid siblings in our sleep. It was one time. Let me live it down already. If I don't keep your elite ass humble, who will? You're stuck with me, Julius. They laughed, I laughed, the marmot laughed. I shot the marmot. Oh, hello there. I was just on my way to gather some wood with this mammoth. Check the scent. Tropical tire for me, you and the young miss are most generous hosts. I shall look forward to changing its them upon my return. For now, the Wild's Call. And if training under Lord Quintus held these years left me with anything, it's confidence to overcome any hardship. I dare see feeling a few trees will prove a lax in comparison. Good. Good. It's done. Fly back here, and then we're done. I managed to catch up with the others. How did you fare? I just flew to Taru. Wonderful. With their new tropical wear, hopefully their stay will be all the more comfortable. Now then, while our guests enjoy their activities, we should make preparations for a meal. Working outside of the fresh air is bound to lack the appetite, don't you think? We could have a wonderful little party on the beach when they return. I don't know, man. Oh, pretty. Oh, come and well met, my brave little spark. It's strange, you know? Be here now like this after so much has happened. First, the death of the Emperor Solus, the Emperor Varus was assassinated, and their life is renewed to straight into the abyss. How blind we were, and how heavy the price we paid for it. In our ignorance, we fed the fires of conflict that gave rise to anima and lost everything we held dear, our friends, our families. The Illibar contingent arrived in the midst of the chaos to save us from ourselves, but the damage was already done. Countless were tempered, that night thyself included. Yet that wasn't the end. You and your allies found a cure and roused us from the waking nightmare. Into another scorching sky, our star being ravaged by the final days. That was left after what was left after such calamity. A mountain of problems heaped like the rubble of our capital. We didn't even know where to start picking up pieces. And then along came Alphino and Alce, the Hanish Satrap, and Zero, of course. She came, befriended us, and left as suddenly as she arrived. That's how life is, isn't it? One unpredictable thing after the next, time passing in an inexorable flow. And it is through the ups and downs of each passing day that I finally realized something. Honestly, it's so obvious I could laugh. Every beginning has an end. We are destined to experience loss, all of us. It is true culmination of these endings that builds a future. We finished reporting our progress to your mammoths and indicate where they might easily resume the task we were entrusted. This was just what we needed. Thank you. I have no doubt in remembering our stay here will make even the coldest nights seem a little warmer. I'd hoped to express our thanks in a more material manner, but seeing as we're still reliant upon the goodwill of other nations, I'm afraid the labor we provided is the most we can offer. From what the man told me, your workmanship was exemplary. We should be thanking you. I'm glad to hear it. The Mammoths were likewise generous with their expertise, so please extend them our gratitude. Blech. I can't read today. Well put, well learned, good use back home, and once Garlemald has regained her footing, I'll extend you an invitation. In the summer, I think, when the wind sweeps across the meadows to the snow-capped mountains beyond. After seeing your beautiful isle, I have a strong feeling you'll like it. I look forward to it. And so do we. Now refreshed, we'll work out and see the meetings. Until we meet again, Ray, take care. If you're all ready to go, pray wait for me by the skiff. Rest assured that the Zara's wee little rowboat shall see you safely and comfortably to your connecting vessel. For this, I officially have no more guests to bring you. Thinking back, we made wonderful memories here, didn't we? With friends both old and new, near and far. Well, I'm glad the island thanks to your initiative to see it. Far more precious to me this time we spent here together. How about you, Ray? Did you enjoy your change of pace? I did not. There were a lot of things you could have done to make islands a little more fun. This island was ball-busting. Nothing would make me happier if you did. No matter where adventure leads, me your hideaway here continue to serve you in the summers and summers to come. Other than getting the 1 mile, the island is over. Alright, well, that's all the content in patch day. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Grateful for every view that I get. See you next time. Bye-bye.